What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive here with the next Coffee and Clash episode. And as always, please leave me some questions in the comments below for the next and future videos. You guys have excellent questions. I mean, seriously, like really good questions. I have got a ton of them saved up that hopefully I'll get to someday. I wish I had time to do more, but I can't make these videos like an hour long. The first one we're going to do today is from Raza Abidi. Sorry if I mispronounced that, man. Hey, Jake, my question is that you don't have any, have any farm strategies, compositions, or videos on your channel. I think farming is pretty imperative part of the game. So would you ever be posting a farming video, or is it all about wars? I agree with you. Farming is a huge part of the game. You got to do it. I don't care if you're a pusher or a war guy or whatever. You got to farm. The problem is I'm not that good at it. I used to be, but the game's changed a lot since then. Base design, all those things. So for me putting that out there for you, it would be a lot like Molt putting out a war video for you guys. I don't think I would be helping you much. I get very, very little time to farm these days. So maybe, probably not. It's not in my immediate plan. Sorry, buddy. Next one is from Man Dong. Hey, Jake. The update probably came out when you post the next vid. My opinion on the reason that Supercell didn't add the feature where we can war with a certain clan is the loot, because the system of farming clans will set up with their feeder clans, basically saying they'll get matched up with each other and do it over and over again. Would you let excuse me, I'm sorry guys, would you love them to add in the feature if they take the loot away from those match-up clans? First of all, this is already happening in the game. The top war-winning clan in the world does exactly this. They match up with their clan, the clan disbands, they make another clan, obviously the feeder clan does, they match them up again, they keep the war weights equal, and they do it over and over and over again. So it doesn't bother me. I don't care if people play that way. If it took Supercell saying, hey, there's going to be no loot reward on these arranged matchups, I'm in. Whatever it takes. I don't care. I don't war for loot. Loot is just a bonus. Don't really care about it at all. So if that's what it takes to get this, then yes, I am in. Let's do it. Allsat, man, Hunarat, man, you guys know I'm bad with names, and you got these hard names for me. What's up with Serpent? Is it some form of reference, or is it personal? Why choose such a name? What does it mean? He's referring to my mini account, my secondary account, Serpent, that is, bounces around and hangs out in Genesis to do the Elite 8s and all that stuff. Goes on the Hitchhiker videos. That was the first account I ever made in Clash of Clans. And as I told you guys before, I was an EQ2 player before Clash of Clans, and that was my EQ2 character's name. So that's just what I made the name as, man. Nothing super special. Jonathan Overby. Jake, if Clash of Clans was to become an esport, do you think clans will become professional teams, or will teams be made up of players from different clans? Probably probably you would have more of like all-star teams forming up if it actually got to that level. You'd have the best of each clan sort of getting together, and they get sponsorships and all those great things that come with it. I don't think that'll ever happen for this game. I had high hopes for something like that at one point, but I personally don't think Supercell has an interest in that. I think their focus is more casual, which, sucks for us, but I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see it ever happening. But yeah, I think that's how it would go. You would see like, groups of guys sort of put their differences aside that were really good to try to compete at the top level. Zelganoid 2200, Jake, I lost my previous clan because 2/3 of my clan revolted when I encouraged them to practice 3-star comps. What if the conflict is so big that it literally threatens to break apart the entire clan? Should I compromise or say, screw you all, I will find new replacements? I am currently co-leading a clan, and the same problem is emerging where Town Hall 8s were picking Go Wipe over their level 4 Hog Riders, and Town Hall 9s picking La Lunion over Lunion, so like Balunion over La Lune. Man, this is a thing that so many people go through in this game, and I feel sorry for everybody, but everyone's got to go through it. I encourage you to go watch the video I made a long time ago, Hardcore Clan War Mentality. excuse me, hardcore war clan mentality, it talks about this. It's tough decisions. You've got to make them, and you will lose players when you make that decision. There's not everyone's going to be on board. Not everyone's going to want to be going down that hardcore path. So you've got to either do it or and just replace them, or maybe find a home that's already there. That I know you're sort of looks like you're in a leadership role, but maybe something that is already established where you are around like-minded people, because it is fun to play with people that want to play the game the same way you do. Marco Tapia. Would promoting free My Apps gyms and giving them away to fans be a possibility? And I also got another one, a similar comment when I was talking last time about the how I wouldn't do that with the gyms. Several comments actually, people sort of almost wanting it. I don't think the vast majority of you guys want it. The other one was from Mido Man. I don't know what this is. Mido Man 12. One comment, one question. Comment: you could use the gems for a second live attack in the series. The second live attack sponsored by, then gem up the troops, and you guys would get sort of a 2-for-1. I've done that before, but obviously it wasn't sponsored by anybody. And the other one I'm going to address later. So we'll talk about the first, the gem issue. You know, if it's something you guys want to where I can start doing that and then giving back to you guys, I don't know what, I don't know how much money's involved. But if it starts getting something to where it was big, maybe give away iPads, things like that, I don't mind doing it. I don't do it because I don't use the services, and I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think most of you guys want to see a free, free gym service on my channel. But if I'm wrong, let me know. But I sort of suspect that's not what you guys are, the majority of you guys are wanting to see. Clash with DPs. Jake, do you think Supercell will be more interested in what they can get out of the game monetarily than the actual number of the players? I used to be more on the side of no, they really do care about their game. They really do care about their players. I guess maybe as things go on, I'm becoming more and more cynical. I'm starting to think maybe that's wrong. And the modding and that argument is what really makes me question my stance that I had, is because why, if it's not about the money, why wouldn't they ban modders? From what I understand, I heard it on, it's a rumor, it's not confirmed, but they can detect third-party software. They can detect who the modders are, and so they simply don't ban them. I don't understand it. I don't know all the details, but what else could it be? What else could it be besides the fact that those guys are spending money? I disagree with the argument that they're spending the most money or the majority of the money. That's insane. Modders are not spending the majority of $2 million a day. I'm not listening to that. But I do think it has to be about money. If people are spending money, they're just not wanting to ban them. And I think it's a mistake. I think it's pretty short-sighted, but we'll see. Clash with hatred. That's not nice. Jake, how you deal with people in your clan that attack lower bases and you need them to step up? Man, honestly, we have the opposite problem. I know that sounds strange to some people, but it's such a race to sort of hit those harder bases that sometimes it's a problem in our wars, because some of the, we're already trying to clean up, some of the higher bases, because everybody wants to attack those tougher bases and test themselves and practice. And there's bases that are down low that are left unattacked. And if the harder bases aren't cleaned up in the first or second attack, sometimes you can come up short on attacks towards the end of the war. And that's how sometimes, you'll see some Town Hall 9s that sort of got left undone every once in a while. I think that's the reason, is because we're really too focused on those top guys, and too many people wanted to hit them instead of, people going too low. It's like, hey guys, we need these top bases cleaned up. We don't have that problem and haven't for a long time. So I don't know how to advise you on that, but I would just, I would encourage you to encourage them to watch the Pushing Yourself video, because it does make you better. So search that up, Pushing Yourself. You'll see it there. Encourage your guys to watch it. I think maybe that would speak to them and encourage them to try out something a little bit harder. RC King 1147. Could you ever visit a near elite level war clan to help us get better? Maybe point out some of the things we need to change. I'm in Reddit Zombies. We are on a 40 war win streak, but want to get closer to the level of OneHive and other clans like that. Is there anything you could do to help us? Man, this has been a suggestion and a thought that has been around since almost the beginning of this channel, and I would love to do it. If I was a full-time YouTuber, this would be my deal. You would see a series of, bringing someone out of the dumps, someone that really needs help, that's a 2-star specialist, me just going, setting up shop in that clan and helping them turn it around. But the time commitment for something like that, I simply don't have. I mean, it makes me hot just thinking about it, because I'm so stressed on time as it is. I do everything I can to keep you guys in quality content and put it out there daily, and to throw something like that on top of there, I just can't do it. And, people a lot of times just ask me, not even for a video, just, hey, come by, help us out. I would love to, but I can't make house calls. I mean, that would turn into a full-time job in and of itself. And if you count the channel, I've already got 2 jobs. So I really, I wish, again, if I was a full-time YouTuber, that would be something you saw out of this channel, but it's just not a possibility. Let's see. Fahim622, have you ever thought of leaving OneHive? If you could join the best clan but leave OneHive, would you? No. This sort of coincided with some stuff that's went on lately, and I think you guys know my thoughts on it. I would not leave OneHive to be in a clan that we couldn't compete with, because I know what that means in this current state of the game. Even if it wasn't that way, I'm very, very loyal to OneHive. I've done a lot for OneHive, and they've done a lot for me. So I would not leave it, even if, whoever, I don't know who people think the best clan is out there, but if they sent me a message that, hey, Jake, we want you, bring it over here, bring the show over here, I would say no. I have no desire to leave OneHive, ever. As long things would have to change drastically. There would have to be some kind of shift in the clan mentality, or got to the point where all the good players out there were modding, and we just couldn't keep a decent player. But that's not the case. All right, and the last one we're going to look at here. Hey Jake, from Dylan Ewing. Is that Ewing? That's not Ewing. Ewing? I don't know. Hey Jake, where did the Jake from OneHive reminding you guys to suck less came from? It's kind of funny, because it was not something I planned. There was things, I've got a patch like on my LBE gear when I'm like shooting and like doing a running gun or something. I've got a patch that says suck less on it. And so it's something that's been around for a while. Some of you guys might know, nothing fancy. I think that's where I got it from. But when I did my very, very first video, I mean, it's not like I was even planning to do it when I started the video, but somewhere along the way, somewhere during that first video, it just sort of came to me. It just one of those things that I was like, I need a sign-off line. I need something that people recognize when they see one of my videos, and it just sort of popped in my head. And so I thought, okay, remind these guys to suck less. And then obviously from there, it was just sort of, it just stuck. And then after that, Nemo from 2.0 came up with he did a banner for me, because I didn't have any channel art or anything, and came up with the have more fun by sucking less. So that's full credit to Nemo for that. It's just, I don't know, it just sort of happened. Again, it wasn't planned. It wasn't something that I knew I wanted to do on my channel, but obviously it stuck. It's one of the favorite things. People joke with me or say, you've helped me suck less, all the things like that. But the thing that Nemo came up with, the have more fun by sucking less, just fits so perfectly, and it's so true. Some people have told me, I have gotten better, and it is more fun. So that's something that I've really grasped onto, is just to tell people that it's not just what's on the banner. It's not just because I say that at the end of the videos. It really is more fun. So get out there and practice and get better. All right, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, leave me some questions for the next one. I love doing these. I wish I had more time to do them, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys with those. Until next time, Jake from OneHive reminding you guys to suck less.